Yes lads, how you doing? Welcome back to a brand new video on the channel, and today I'm bringing you guys the Aston Villa versus Leicester City match preview. So today guys, I'm bringing the match preview for the game on Sunday when Leicester travel to Villa Park to take on Aston Villa in the Premier League. Before we get into it, make sure a big thumbs up down below on today's video if you hope to enjoy this Aston Villa versus Leicester match preview. Subscribe if you haven't seen my face on your screen before. I just want to say a big thanks to 700 subscribers. We've recently just hit that milestone, so big thanks to you guys for subscribing. But we're on the road to 1,000 subscribers, so hit that subscribe guys if you haven't already, because it is much appreciated. And while you're down there, make sure to turn my channel post notifications so you don't miss any future videos on the channel just like this one. Follow our social medias, they'll be down there. Links to all of them will be in the description down below. And let me know your score predictions, your thoughts on the game in the comment section down below. So guys, starting on today's match preview, we're going to be talking about our opposition for the game on Sunday where we travel down to Villa Park, and it's obviously Aston Villa. But I don't want to be talking about too much as I've got Jude from the channel Jude's Journey. He's going to give you guys the Aston Villa side of the match preview, so subscribe to his channel, links in the description. We're going to hand over to Jude and he's going to give you the Aston Villa side of the match preview.
Hello mate, first of all I want to say thank you for having me on. It's a pleasure to be on the channel, and keep up the great work you're doing with Leicester City. But if we go on to talk about Aston Villa versus Leicester City, Sunday 2 o'clock kickoff at Villa Park, another home game for the Villa boys in claret and blue. It's going to be a very tough game. I just want to talk about Leicester for a little bit because Leicester have done very well this season under Brendan Rodgers. You could see it a little bit last season. This season it's coming to practice very well. Jamie Vardy and Yuri Tielemans very pivotal to what you do this season, and I think you're great contenders for Champions League spot. I think at the start of the season, you can correct me if I'm wrong, your hopes were to get some form of European football. Brendan Rodgers is well on his way to doing that at Leicester and could make himself a hero within Leicester. As for Aston Villa, it's hard to get results week in week out in the Premier League. I think we found that, and to perform to a very high level. If we play like we played against Newcastle and Man United, I think we have a good chance. Play like we played against Chelsea, then I think he'll batter us 3-0. So I'm hoping we have a good day at the office at Villa Park. Jack Grealish, I'm looking forward to seeing Jack Grealish versus James Maddison. Obviously, I think they both deserve to be in England squad, but I do feel like Gareth Southgate is set on his squad at the moment. And Aston Villa defence isn't great at the moment, and obviously with you scoring a lot of goals on Jamie Vardy, Villa's defence will have to be switched on, so it'll be interesting to see how it goes. If you're going to ask me a score prediction right now, I said before Villa's run, before Villa's week, when we had Man United, Chelsea and Leicester, I said if you give me 2 points, I'd take it. So I'm going to say a point, I'm going to say 2-2. I'm going to say Jack Grealish will score, Maddison will score for you, and Vardy to get another goal. As for Villa, I reckon Wesley will get a goal. Controversial, I know. But thank you again for having me on. Till next time, goodbye.
So that was the Aston Villa side of the match preview. So like I said earlier on, go subscribe to Jude's channel, link in the description. Big thanks to him for coming on the channel today. But let's get straight into the Leicester City side of the match preview. So last time out for Leicester, we took on Watford at the King Power Stadium and we won 2-0. Another good win at home to stay second, another clean sheet, and we just can't ask for much more under Brendan Rodgers this season so far. It probably wasn't the best performance if you look at it compared to the other games so far this season, but obviously against Watford we have to grind out the 3 points, and maybe last season we could have lost that game under Club well, so it's very important that we grind these games out and get the wins against the lesser sides in the Premier League table. But obviously it's still a very good win and a 2-0 win at home, another clean sheet, and obviously it's just a very good win and we can't ask for much more. But now focusing on the game on Sunday where we travel to Villa Park to take on Aston Villa in the Premier League, and it's not going to be an easy game at all. Obviously going to Villa Park, it's always difficult. A hostile atmosphere created by the Villa fans who pack out Villa Park every single week, so it's not going to be easy to get all 3 points on Sunday, but I'm still fairly confident that we can. Obviously with the start to the season we're made, I think it's like 7 or 8 wins on the bounce at the moment for Leicester. It's just been a brilliant start to the season under Brendan Rodgers, and hopefully we can keep the good run of form going. But Aston Villa have started the season very well under Dean Smith, in particular the last couple of weeks where they got a 2-2 draw away from home at Old Trafford, and they lost to Chelsea, but they did play fairly decent at Stamford Bridge. So the game on Sunday is not going to be an easy game at all, and it's probably going to be one of our toughest games this season so far, but I'm still confident that Leicester can go out and get all 3 points. Coming off those 2 wins at the King Power Stadium in quick succession, especially the Everton one where he showed great spirit to fight to the end to get that 95th minute winner from the main man, Kelechi Iheanacho. The confidence around the club must be very high heading into this game with the run we've been going on, so hopefully that can continue and we can push through and get another 3 points on the board. So I'm going to go for Aston Villa 0, Leicester City 2 as my score prediction. I think we'll get another 3 points on the board and keep another clean sheet away from home. I'm very confident that we can get all 3 points, surprisingly. But, you know, it's not going to be easy. Like I said, it could be a draw. We could lose in the end. I really don't know. But especially with the confidence which the club has at the moment, I'm really confident that we can go and get 3 points at Villa Park. Obviously, defensively, we're brilliant so far this season. So hopefully we can keep another clean sheet. I'm going to go with Jamie Vardy to get 1 and Yuri Tielemans to get another 1 from midfield. Obviously, Vardy, he's on the verge of breaking his own record again, so hopefully he can do that. And Yuri Tielemans is going to say he can grab a goal from midfield as well. But as long as we get all 3 points, I don't care whoever scores, to be honest. But let's get straight into my 1 to 11. This is the side I think Brendan will go to start on Sunday down at Villa Park. Starting off in goal with the main man, it is Kasper Schmeichel. Another clean sheet on Wednesday against Watford. He's been brilliant so far this season, so hopefully he can keep his good run of form going in goal against Villa. Moving straight into defence, starting off at right back, I'm going to go with Ricardo Pereira. He's been fantastic so far this season, played very well against Watford on Wednesday nights. So hopefully he can keep going forward, have another solid game defensively with the likes of Trezeguet on his side. He's got to be careful defensively, but he needs to go forward as well and help the attack out. Moving into defence, starting off with the right centre back, it is the main man, Kagawa Soyuncu. Another good performance against Watford. He didn't have a too good of a performance against Everton, but against Watford he looked much better. Alongside him, I'm going to go with Johnny Evans. Just like Soyuncu, them two have been brilliant so far this season defensively, so hopefully them and the defence can keep another clean sheet on Sunday. Moving into the final defender at left back with Ben Chilwell. Another solid performance against Watford. He's really improved recently, especially after that Burnley game. He's really kicked on to show what he's really made of under Brendan Rodgers and Leicester City. So hopefully he can have another solid game on Sunday. Moving straight into midfield, so starting off in that defensive role, I'm going to go with Wilfred Ndidi. Another class performance on Wednesday night for the Nigerian in midfield. So hopefully he can have a solid game in front of that defence and stopping Aston Villa from attacking with lots of Grealish around him. Wolves can be very important in the game on Sunday. Moving in front of him, these two can be very important. The first one, Yuri Tielemans. Obviously, I think he will score. Played very well against Watford. So hopefully, Yuri Tielemans can have another good game against Villa. And the other centre mid, James Maddison. Didn't have one of his best games against Watford, but I do think he'll come back against Aston Villa and maybe pop up with a goal. But I think he'll be very good in the game on Sunday. And now finally moving into the front three. So starting off in that left wing position, and to go with Harvey Barnes. A brilliant performance for the youngster on Wednesday night when we took on Watford at the King Power. So hopefully he can have a solid game at Villa Park and maybe pop up with a goal. Obviously he had a couple of big chances on Wednesday night. He did take him. So hopefully Harvey can score a goal and that will really get his confidence up like Kelechi Iheanacho. The other winger, I'm going to go with Demarai Gray, surprisingly. Ayoze Perez didn't have his best games on the Wednesday against Watford. So I think Brendan will give Perez a rest and give Demarai Gray a chance starting against Aston Villa on Sunday. And finally, the main man up front, Jamie Vardy, another goal on Wednesday night against Watford. He's 8-8, I do think it is, so he's very close to breaking his own record. Hopefully he can do that. Hopefully he can keep his good run of form going against Aston Villa on Sunday. But that's it for the Aston Villa versus Leicester City match preview. Big thanks to Jude for coming on the channel like I said earlier on. Subscribe to the channel Jude's Journey, link in the description down below. Let me know your score predictions and thoughts on the game in the comment section down below. But even if you did enjoy today's video, subscribe if you hadn't already. Like I said, big thanks to 700 subscribers. Keep it up guys, because it does mean a lot guys. But I've been Sportsa and I'll see you all in my next video. Peace.